This week, nobody really has a bad game, so it's just good game, I guess. I start off the second round of trivia. We debate whether Crash Team Racing is as good or even better than Mario Kart. What are some old hidden gems or obscure games that we've played or owned in the past? And we close the show with a huge announcement. So hit that power button. It's time.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to PixelHate, where the hate is real, but the H is silent.
The hate sounds soothing.
Almost there.
Already, but no, keep going.
Yeah, man, like the hate sounds very soothing. So let's, keep it up.
I am your host today, Chris. It's me. It's me. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Jamal.
Hey.
What's going on, Micah?
Yo.
And my good friend Wolpe. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing well. And that's how we will start off today's show. We have lots.
It sounds like you're opening up like a child's cartoon. Like,
I was
right.
just about to say this is a Blue's Clues episode.
Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about video games.
You guys said I wasn't PC enough. That was the most PC that I could be.
Can you guys find the first topic?
You did sound straight out of Sesame Street.
Next topic, shapes. What?
No, next topic, good game.
What are
Bad
colors?
Good game, bad game. Please just jump into it.
Oh, please, let's go.
Good game. Bad game.
Good game, bad game. Welcome to your favorite segment of the show where we talk about all the good things and the bad things that we've experienced during the week.
Just fucking get to it. What's
No.
your good game, bad game?
No, I'm the host. I'm going to start off how
my
the fuck I
God.
want to. So, today, my good game is that sports are in full fucking swing. Baseball is back. Basketball is going to be in playoffs, and so is hockey, man. We're in the full swing of things right now, and I'm really loving it. The only thing that's missing is football, and that's fine because XFL has been pretty good.
I haven't
And
seen
I
a
don't-
single game, but I
don't-
meant to.
I don't really have a bad game this week though. But if you guys didn't know, we're huge sports kids, or 4 out of the 5 of us are sports fans.
I'm about to say who's we?
Jamal's about to say, "Don't disrespect me."
4 out of the 5 of us are sports fans here at PixelHate. So yeah, sports are good. I don't have a bad game this week.
Good game of the week. I've been putting some hours into Smash Bros. And I'm not elite with my Kazuya yet, but I am getting a lot more back to where I was like a few years ago when I was super sweaty. I'm not as sweaty anymore, but I still do get really mad at the game. So that's fun. I actually spent like a good amount of this week playing it. It's kind of embarrassing. It's just one of the days I just sat down and played Smash majority of the day. Bad game of the week.
Pay to play. That's insulting.
Yeah, right? You didn't hit me up.
I got to train a little bit before I hop in with you. It'd been a minute
No,
since
I
I
will
picked up the
train you.
controller.
That's the goal.
Yeah, he will train you by whooping.
I'm more prepared
Do you
now
play,
than
do
I
you play
was.
anybody else,
He
or
said,
is it
"Get
just Kazuya?
better." He's gonna jump you like, "Get better." Fight
My
back.
Kazuya is like one of the only characters I'm nice with anymore. DK has gone downhill, bro, for me. I'm kind of bad with him now, but Kazuya, he's always on top. My bad game of the week. I don't think I really had any like bad game experiences necessarily.
You got nothing to
Overall.
slander. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's been a pretty chill. Actually, never mind.
Oh, see, there we go. This is the Micah I know and love.
Nah, bro, I haven't really been playing enough like of games I don't like the one bad game thing I experienced was I finally beat DBC Kakarot, and it kind of just ends right after you kill Kid Buu. They don't even go over end of Z or none of that. It just cuts off. And then they give you the open world to play around in. And I'm like, this is cool, but like I would have liked to see the real ending to the show. Like, you're just gonna have me kill Kid Buu and that's it.
No, you should know by now.
But they're probably
mean-
gonna do DLCs and stuff like that. So hey,
Because Super exists now, so why would it just end there? They're just gonna skip all of Super to show Goku fighting at the tournament and looking for U. That's
yeah,
not fun.
maybe they probably it's probably a light retcon these days. You know,
They need to retcon that whole shit. To be honest.
I still fuck with the ending though.
Mm-mm. My good game experience, I finally decided to play Tales of Arise. I bought it months ago because I was like really, really hyped to play it because I've been playing Scarlet Nexus. And I mean, like, I'm enjoying it. I like it. It's just like one really, really long anime episode. Like, there's so many cutscenes, there's so many voice lines, and it's just a lot. But I like it. It's a solid JRPG. Bad game, none to speak of.
Is it horny?
No, it actually is not. At
That's
least not yet.
That's a rare one.
Yeah, it's pretty serious, and I like it because I don't like.
A lot of the JRPGs I pick up, they're horny as fuck.
This one's very tame by comparison.
Which ones are you referring to, Micah? Just for
You ever tried Xenoblade? Horny, bro. Horny games.
AF?
Well, before I give my good game, bad game, I'd also like to mention that this is the 10th episode of PixelHate. Chris failed to mention that in the intro. But this is the fantastic historical Hall of Fame 10th episode of PixelHate. As you guys can tell so far in the segment, it's been a pretty slow game week over here at PixelHate Industries. Not many things to get upset at.
It's a good thing, Adam.
It can be. I guess my good game is going to be very similar to Jamal's. We both picked up Kart Rider's Drift, I think is the full name, on Xbox, and I think it's been out on consoles since last month, I believe.
But yeah, since like March 8th.
Yeah,
It's
so
been out.
for about a month now, and we just picked it up. Wolpe actually mentioned it a few episodes ago, and had a lot of charm, a lot more charm than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like that game on PS3 where you could like make your own tracks. I can't remember what that was.
Mod Nation
Racers. I thought it was going to be like that, but it was actually it had a lot more character to it than I expected.
Very cutesy.
It's published by Nexon. I can't remember the developer name, but Nexon was actually the publishing company that put MapleStory out. So if you ever played MapleStory when you were younger, it has a very similar art style, especially with like the human characters. But yeah, overall, pretty good experience. Factory Run is pretty intense. And once we were actually racing against people, had a lot more fun than just playing against computers. But gonna probably put it on stream a couple more, maybe one more time, and that'll probably be it, at least for now. But if you want to watch the first stream with me and Jamal, go ahead and check out the Twitch channel PixelHate. For bad game, I know I've been talking nonstop about Resident Evil 4 Remake, which reasonable because it's a fantastic game. But just before this episode, I was playing through the story again on Hardcore, New Game Plus, and I got to the one section in the castle where I don't know if anyone's played that game, but Ashley has to go up and like turn these wheels to get these like hidden platforms up above the goopy black liquid, and it's just nonstop enemies trying to capture her, running after you, throwing axes, fucking swinging maces and shit at you. That was fucking terrible. The first time, it was actually not that bad. I did pretty well. I was sniping the shit out of them. This time, absolutely. I had so much ammo going into it too, and I wasted all my fucking ammo. So that was really dumb. My plan is eventually to sell all my shit and get the infinite rocket launcher and just cruise through the story. Maybe on professional mode, but we'll see.
All right, like you said, good game. Definitely Kart Riders Drift, and I liked it a lot. I like how you can customize your cars. I like that you can actually speed it up. 'Cause that's one thing when we're first starting off, I felt like it was a little bit too slow, but it seems that you can like upgrade your speed, but obviously you have to keep playing. It's kind of grindy that way, but hey, it gives it some replayability while still improving in some shape or form. The freaking what was it called? What was that chaotic mode called again?
Factory Run.
Yes, bruh. Like it's fun, but it's so annoying.
Oh my
It's
god.
so annoying. When the robots just like run into you and all the items and in the walls, like, bro.
Okay, so for a little bit of context here, Factory Run is a game mode where you are. It's like you and a team of other racers. It's like 4 of you, and there are like fucking 40 other androids just racing against you at the same time. And all of them are throwing items at you. One of the items is a wall. Like there's 3 walls that come up in the middle of the track, and you have to either avoid them or use a shield to like go through them. And when there are 30 androids, Andrews, it's just a bunch of guys named Andrew. When there are 40 androids firing their items at you at once, if you're not ahead of the pack, you're spinning out nonstop. Luckily, they drive a little bit slower, but holy fuck, is it intense and frustrating, but it's fun.
Especially since they're varying different sizes. Some could be small, some could be massive, like 3 times your character size.
Right.
Are you guys
So
down to
it's
play
just
like
hectic.
today?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. 100%.
Additionally, the Factory Run, so the last 8 drivers on each lap get eliminated. That's what like makes it intense, because if you come in, 9th place on the last lap, then you get eliminated or something like that, and then if one human racer crosses the line at the end in first, then you win the challenge. But
And
then
you guys were able to group up, right? Like you're playing together the whole time.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
cross-platform. So yeah, I agree. Both had very similar good game experiences. What about bad game?
I don't really have a bad game this week because
Classic.
I'm my bad, like I really tried to think of something, but nothing really bad happened. If it was bad thing, it's just the chaos in Factory Run. Like
Okay.
it was a good game and a bad game because I got tired of spinning out, and especially you get put in the wrong direction, so you actually had to turn 100% around while like these androids are still like running into you and stuff.
Mm.
It's so bad. So
Yep.
I guess Kart was like a good game and a bad game because definitely annoying the hell out of me.
But that's the fun of it, All right, cool. We're actually going to jump into trivia now instead of to close out the show. So, boys,
Thank God.
get yourselves ready because it's time.
All right.
It's time. It's time.
Super random, but
Oh
you
my
know what I
God.
miss?
This is all for you, Micah.
Got him.
I miss 30-second I miss 30-second reviews.
The summaries
Or
of the
30-second
episodes.
summaries, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to do 30-second good games.
It's time for trivia.
10 questions, 20 seconds each. It's time for PixelHate.
This is the second round of trivia. Everyone's points from round 1 are now wiped. Wolfie won the first round. We didn't really have a huge celebration of it, but going forward, we will.
Oh. Okay, I guess I'll just win again. Assholes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or lose.
Question number 1. What is the name of the Flood's leader in the Halo franchise? You have 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And time. Pencils down, boys. What are our answers?
I don't fucking know.
I had to write it out like 5 times. I wrote grave mummed, but I meant grave mind. Kept autocorrecting.
Chris?
No answer.
Jamal?
I didn't know.
Oh no, I wrote Maverick Johnson.
Maverick Johnson.
Yes,
Wow.
I just made up some name.
Okay. It's weird how similar that is to Magic Johnson,
I know, right?
which is
He
also
doesn't-
incorrect.
Jamal doesn't know who that is.
No. Okay.
All right.
The correct answer is the Grave
Want to keep
Mine.
disrespecting me.
All right. Question number 2. What are the names of the 2 rival masks in Crash Bandicoot? You get a half point for each correct answer.
Oh,
20 seconds. Ten seconds. Time. What are our answers, boys?
I said.
Aku.
Aku and
Yeah.
Uka Uka.
Yeah.
Oh, I said a boo and a coo. I got one. I think.
Boo and a coo.
I said Tiki and Taco.
I knew it was some. Like, I don't want to say dumb shit, but it was definitely.
Also,
some,
you're wrong because it's Aku Aku. You gotta say it twice.
Yeah, it's Aku Aku and Uka
His name's a
Uka.
coo, bro. His name's a coo.
No, it's not.
All right, so Chris and Wope both get 1 whole point from that. Question number 3. Who was revealed to be Sin, the giant whale-like antagonist of Final Fantasy X? 20 seconds.
Questions, right?
You can give the name or the title. 10 seconds.
Trivia.
Jamal, you need to play more games.
Not watching so much anime. Time. What are our
I also
answers?
Watch more anime.
I'm a fun.
Oh, Titus. I didn't write shit.
Chris?
I can't remember.
Nobody.
I can't fucking remember. I know it's giant fucking. God.
The correct answer is Jekt, Titus's dad.
Titus is that. There you go.
Question number 4. In Rocket League, how much boost do you receive from a single floor node?
How much?
How much boost out of 100 do you get from a single node on the ground? Not the pills that give you full 100. Talking about the little ones. 10 seconds. It's any number between 0 and 100, so just give a number. Time. What are your answers?
20.
I said 12. I don't remember what it was.
Nobody got it right. The correct answer is 12.
Oh, I said 12.
Yeah, Jamal said 12.
Oh,
I
did
even
he?
wrote it down.
All right, question number 5. What is the maximum amount of damage you can deal to an enemy's hit points in Final Fantasy X? In one attack, what is the highest number that you can deal? Ten seconds. Time. Everyone's so miserable.
I said 10,000.
10,000.
9,999.
Same.
Oof, nobody got it right. The correct answer is 99,999.
Oh
God
my
damn it.
gosh. Add another 9 and we would have
Add another 9 and you would have got it. Question number 6. How do you obtain Goofy's ultimate weapon, Save the King, in Kingdom Hearts 1? I can give you a hint if everyone wants it.
Sure.
All right,
I'll take
the
it.
hint is it takes place in Olympus.
I guess.
Ten seconds. Wope and Jamal, I'm surprised that you guys are struggling.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts
And
1 since
time.
2003.
Yeah, man.
Last time I played it, I got to Tarzan. I said you had to fight Sephiroth in the Coliseum.
All right. Well, the exact answer is you must beat the Hades Cup time attack solo.
And the last villain of that is?
I didn't even beat KH1, so
That's the only reason I'm asking.
I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 once.
yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 was the one I really got into.
I've never beaten Kingdom Hearts 2, and I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 times.
So, Wope, I will give you the point because the final boss is the Rock Titan.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, as you should.
Question 7. What type of game was Halo originally designed to be prior to Microsoft's acquisition of Bungie?
You mean genre?
Yes. If not a first-person shooter, what was it supposed to be?
I remember.
I remember. 10 seconds.
I don't know how to.
Time. What are our answers?
RTS.
It was supposed to be an RTS, and that's why Halo Wars became a thing.
Well, I got wrong. So
All right. Yes, the correct answer is a real-time strategy game. So both Micah and Chris got that correct. Question number 8. What is the name of the cloud riding cameraman in Super Mario 64?
I should know this.
God damn it! What's his name?
Are you guys
What's his name?
serious?
We threw out his name.
I'm gonna be so mad because I don't remember what it was. It's like there in the back of like.
I would give y'all a hint, but I want my points.
5 seconds. Time. What do we got?
Oh my, yep. See,
I just said Koopa.
He's literally playable in Mario Kart 7 or 8, excuse me.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Damn
I
it.
should know this.
All right.
Damn
looks
it.
looks like Wolpe's the only one.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wolpe's the only one.
It is Lakitu. Okay. Number 9. How many colossi are there in Shadow of the Colossus? They're all very good boss fights, well, except for like 2 or 3, but the rest of them are pretty good.
There's only
so
one
there
bad
is
one.
more than 3.
There's definitely more than 3. And time, what do we got?
I said
There's
9.
16.
Okay, Chris.
10.
That was 12.
All right, the correct answer is 16.
Good
I
job, Mikey.
remember because when I played it again, the remastered version, I was like, when does this game fucking end?
Never.
Yeah. Yeah, by the time you get to like 12, you're like, oh my fucking god.
It's really good, but like, ugh.
And then
it-
the 16th one is such an asshole to get to.
I haven't played that game since the PS3
And then you-
remaster
it's
of it.
so good.
And
It's so
then
good.
you think that the horse died.
I also played the remaster of Ico at the same time.
Hey, bonus question. Ding, 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 ding. Speaking of Shadow of the Colossus,
Plot twist.
give the name of the horse in Shadow of the Colossus.
Can we get
Oh, I almost said it out
questions
loud.
from multiple games, please?
Right.
Like,
It's a
what are
bonus
we
question.
doing here?
Bonus question.
What are we doing here?
He's the trivia master.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to be trivia master for life. I'm the only person who's
All
questioning.
right, what do we got?
Aggro!
Oh, hold on.
Answer this. I don't know.
Come on, man.
Ipona. All right. The 10th question is, what is Ezio Auditori's uncle's name in Assassin's Creed 2?
Oh, you're a bastard.
Long.
You're an actual bastard. I'm going to
Just
make
the
sure,
first name. That's
I'm
all we
going
need.
to make sure that
It's a pretty
all-
popular meme. Pretty popular
Oh.
video game meme. You guys should know this.
All of my questions are
It's
just
also
difficult.
it's also the
Wait.
catchphrase of a very popular
I know.
character.
I know. Like,
Is-
shut
I
up.
know what it
already
is.
got-
Nintendo.
I know what it is. Adam.
Adam.
Time.
Oh my gosh, it was no fun now.
Right. Like you just. Oh, what's the Italian
the Italian guy.
There you go.
that only
it's
one
more
character is
like-
popular from?
All right. Yes, it is Mario.
It's a me.
Very popular.
Yeah, Mario Auditore. Was he
Oh,
the
it's
original
Nintendo.
assassin?
You did all that
No.
talking, and you just didn't have to.
I know.
Because I definitely wrote down Claudio and then erased it.
Mario was the original assassin, right? He's the one
No.
that.
No.
No, because they
Yes, he is.
retconned it with Origins and Odyssey. So the original assassin is technically Cassandra.
No, I mean he's the one that gave Ezio his gear.
No, that was his dad's.
Okay.
Daddy.
You guys are such fucking
Where
whiny
is
bastards.
the range? We only have 10 questions. Let's do 3. Let's do 5 questions of 2 games.
All right, you guys are fucking annoying. All right, that's trivia. Micah has 4.5 points. Wope has 4 points. Chris has 3 points, and Jamal has 2.
Damn, we failed the fuck out of that.
Nah. I need
Everyone
to go back.
stop bitching.
y'all
Just
love
do
my
the trivia.
back
It's
to my
trivia.
questions.
Listen,
My questions
this
were
is
so
Pixel
good.
Hate, all right?
The questions
My shit
fucking
was-
rotate. You
This
guys
is
are
Pixel
such
Hate.
whiny bitches. Fuck.
My shit was fire.
all part of the
That was
brand.
the flawless.
I
trivia.
can't
Even
wait to
your
flame
Alright.
you,
position
Adam.
right
Yeah,
now.
now I'm pissed. All right, Chris, get to the
Put
next
you
topic
in
because
the
I'm ready to
corner.
fucking argue. You guys are such whiny fucks.
And because of that, so are you. And now the show begins.
Wah.
That's all I heard. The entire trivia was wah. So fucking suck my balls. Chris, what's the next topic? Everyone's favorite kart racer is probably fucking Mario Kart, but what are some other ones that you've played along the years that you might think contend with Mario Kart that need a resurgence? Or even are your favorite aside from Mario Kart, or even better than Mario Kart? What do you guys fucking bring to the table?
Crash
Okay, so-
Team Racing is
Nah,
better
Hold
than
that thought.
Mario Kart.
Hold that thought. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, hold on. We can get into that later and why you're wrong. But on the Nintendo 64, there's a game called Mickey Speedway USA, which I think is probably one of the best kart racers ever because there's a lot of voice lines and every like character interaction. If you hit someone with an item, they respond in character, like unique quotes. And also, if you finish a lap in first place, like a little picture will come up with the face of whoever crossed, and like they have like a voice line, and all of those things are so like fun. It made it so fun to play every other character because you wanted to hear what they said. It was really difficult, actually. Like it was it's made by Rare, so it kind of plays like Diddy Kong Racing, but a little bit. And it's at Chris's
Question: Does a
house.
kart racer have to have items in it?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Just asking.
Right, because I was about to
Shut up,
throw-
Jabal. Fuck you, okay?
I was about to throw in some Sonic Riders
No.
real quick,
But
that doesn't have items.
nor does it have a cart. So
That's what I was thinking.
Honestly,
too.
though, because I was thinking someone was going to bring that up. Do we consider
I was
that?
thinking about it
Do we consider that a kart racer
It's
or
a
just a racing?
character racing
Yeah, it's just
game,
a
but it ain't a
character
kart
racing
racer.
because I was also thinking about saying F-Zero.
The
Well, that's
fastest
totally
carts of all time. Okay, so let's
F-Zero's a pod racer.
let's expand the discussion then, because I want to talk about these other games. What's your favorite
So-
racing game? And it can include kart racing too.
Like
I have
non-sim.
Yes, like an
Yeah,
arcade
yeah.
type.
I mean, yeah.
Dirt.
I don't want to talk the Forzas. I don't want to talk the fucking
Gran
Don't say dirt,
Turismos.
because I love dirt,
Tesla
bro.
Simulator.
Isn't
whatever
dirt a sim?
Technically, but it's not like a road racing sim. It's like an off-road or kind of
Like
game.
rally racing, right?
Ye-
Good thing
it's
there's
so
plenty of
good,
dirt
bro.
outside.
It is a sim though, because they make you like do a lot of realistic braking and turning and drifting with it, because it's supposed to be like that. But one, probably the most beautiful racing game I've ever played, and two, it's just so much fun. Dirt is fire. If you guys have never played Dirt 4 or 5,
I think that's on
fucking
EA
awesome
Play.
games.
Yeah,
Isn't
I've heard good things about both of
They're
those games.
so good.
I mean, I'm willing to try it.
Hello Kitty Racing, probably my favorite. I don't even think I've seen that game, but apparently it's a Switch exclusive. So pick it up as
That's a
soon
real
as you
game?
can.
I just thought about something. Well, it'd be interesting. So you remember that one episode of Pokemon, like in like season 1, where like Ash participated in that race?
Oh yeah.
Like somebody was on top of like a Voltorb,
Doduo.
Electrode. Yes, a
Mhm.
Rapidash and
Yes,
Onyx.
Yes,
There should be a
he-
game
he
like
rode the
that.
Rapidash.
Why is there no Pokemon kart racers?
I can't,
Dude?
imagine
And
how they
the
do that.
carts are Pokemon.
You would have thought that
Nah.
would have came out on N64.
Right.
Why would
Mhm.
why would Nintendo do that?
What do you mean? That's a great market to get into.
No, it's not, because
Yeah, it
Pokemon
is.
already hits the markets that it needs to hit. RPG market, the
Yeah,
fucking
they don't
pinball
need
market.
to.
Okay.
They don't need to, because why would you want to create a Mario Kart competitor just to pale in comparison?
Facts. You'll never compete with Chocobo Racer.
No one
I
even knows
like
that game is out.
I like the concept of that. It's just like it could have been better. It could have been like a whole bunch of Final Fantasy characters on the Chocobos,
They fucked that shit
Right.
up.
Yeah. It could
Big
all you
time.
needed to do was fucking
and then you
make a
just decorate your Chocobos.
yeah, make a
but yeah.
full-fledged game of the Final Fantasy VII Chocobo Racing. That would have been
But no, Battle Pass.
yeah, like what the
Yeah.
fuck, dude? And they didn't even have like all the characters that people
It's
wanted.
so lazy. It's so lazy.
But
but I don't wanna talk about that.
we're discussing games that we actually like.
Right. F-Zero GX. Still, you guys got to play it.
Chris, you
Sonic
seem eager.
Riders.
Yeah, I wanted to insert some names into the hat here. There is MotorStorm, PS3 classic, where your car explodes if you go too fast, and you're going at fast speeds at all times. So it's really, really fun.
If you try to win the race, you die.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was gonna say,
What a
best racing
description.
game ever. You won't make it to the end.
It's very, very fun. It's very good. If you guys haven't
Transmission
played it,
simulator.
we should definitely play it over here
Overheat
because
the game.
it's fun as shit. I have a copy of it for PS3. Not my other two are also PS3 games: Mod Nation Racers and Little Big Planet Kart Racing. Those are very good games. Those
Little
are
Big
games
Playtime.
that I played a lot as a wee lad. I had a lot of fun customizing my own tracks and customizing my characters. It was a great time. In fact, Mod Nation Racers has a really, really like complete fucking suite of like what you can do to your cart and what you can do to your character. I really, really enjoyed it. The only downfall of that game was that the servers fucking sucked, and it was a PS3 game and it's locked to the PS3, so the servers still continue to suck to this day. But
Right.
yeah,
I have another game besides Sonic Riders. I'm not going to get into Sonic Riders because we talked about that in the last episode. But there was this one MMO game I played back in my days as a wee lad. It was called Tails Runners. And so it's literally a racing game, has items in it. You're not on carts, like you design and make your own character, and the clothes you can make like will increase like your stats and everything.
It's just a bunch of guys running.
Yes, literally.
Competitive-
Literally. But it's
competitive
fun, like the
tempo
mass basically. And they had modes like that where you're trying to like escape something. So like the camera angle will change. So it'll be facing like your character. Like you'll see like the front of your character's face, and you'll see whatever's like chasing the characters, like going after them. So you have to like dodge off these obstacles. Those are
Is
really
this like
fun
a
game.
Flash game?
No, it was like MMO that you literally had to like download on your computer.
Mm.
Subway Surfers Battle Royale.
It was awesome.
surfers.
Hundreds of subways all at once.
It was a great game. I need to try to see if it's
Diddy Kong Racing is better than Mario Kart 64.
Okay. I want
It is.
to have a debate about like the best, but I want to throw a couple names into the pot as well.
Mm.
Dishonorable mention. Have you guys ever played Garfield Racing?
Absolutely not.
No.
nope.
Good. Keep it that way.
Got it.
The first racing game that is not a sim that I really fucking enjoyed back in the day was Star Wars Pod Racer. That game,
Incredibly
Yes,
difficult.
Yes.
Yes.
very, very
Yes.
tough. But
Saboba.
Sebulba, dude.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes.
Fuck Sebulba, bro. That guy sucked ass. I fucking hated racing against his ass.
He's a
That shit
jerk.
is so hard.
There was
That
a-
game, like,
But there was
it
a
takes
Pod Racer
hours
2.
to learn the tracks.
Yeah. There was a Pod Racer 2. Also, the pod racing in Lego Star Wars was really hard too. Because all the obstacles are... It's not as fast, but it's fast. And then the fucking Tusken Raider shooting at you? Bullshit. Absolute
It's-
total bullshit.
It's almost like pod racing is a shitty concept.
There's a common denominator here. Another great game. Probably my favorite racing game of all time, Burnout 3. Burnout 3. I was playing that. So back in, what was it, 2014 or 15, when I was only playing Burnout 3 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Those are the two games that I played for like months. Only games that I played for months. And
Did you ever play Burnout Paradise?
Yes, but I didn't like it as much. Burnout 3 was it just pushes you into the game. You know, it has the fucking tutorial and blah blah blah, but it doesn't have like you need to drive around a city and listen to the radio, and that's how you get your jobs. Like, you know, you're just racing, and then if you explode, you explode. But I want to say, like, yeah, the Burnout games have developed over the years, but killing people, because you're killing people. Okay, you're killing people.
I killed thousands of drivers. In
So
Burnout
many
3.
people, and that was the first Burnout game. I think where they introduced. I may be wrong on this. Don't quote me. But that was the first Burnout game where they introduced like you're just going off of ramps and then diving into traffic and just trying to accrue as much damage as possible. Oh, dude, that was so addicting. It was so addicting. It's still so good.
Well, because for the time, the physics that they had, it probably looks like shit today. Like if we ever went back,
dude, no, I think it still does look pretty good.
I'm
like,
sure. Well, okay, I'll say it doesn't look like shit, but like in comparison to what we have today, especially with like GTA and stuff now, it probably doesn't compare. But
that's where like all the modern physics kind of stemmed from.
I remember back then, like just seeing the amount of shrapnel that would come off your car in slow motion and the glass breaking, and they actually had a driver in the car. So like your car would like turn into a ball of metal and the dude's just hanging onto the wheel.
See, that's the type of game that parents should have kept their kids away from.
Well, I was on there every day.
Yeah, I played it nonstop.
And I was like 9.
One other game I want to mention, I just remembered. This was probably like I'm mentioning that crap another game. Tony Hawk Downhill Jam on the Wii. I actually like that racing game a lot.
I had that on DS. That game was really, really fun.
Yes, like I feel like a lot of people didn't like that game, but I love that game.
Was it a cartoony style, or was it like other Tony Hawk games?
I guess I want to say it's like what SSX, like
okay.
It's the closest thing to a skateboarding SSX, which is the only reason I got the game in the first place. It's a lot of. I never played the Wii version, but the DS version was fucking.
I was gonna say, do you guys remember the Wii Fit board?
Yeah.
And do you remember how they had a Tony Hawk game that came out?
No,
Tony Hawk Ride.
Yeah, you're thinking of Ride. They had their own controller.
I had the skateboard and I had the whatever it came with, and that had to have been one of the worst games I've ever played in my fucking life. I don't think there's a game that's I probably played multiple weekends trying to get to the tutorial because it's so bad. The tutorial of that game and like just the controls is one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
It was so bad. That almost sank the entire franchise.
They tried really so hard to ruin Tony Hawk, and I don't understand why.
Do we think that Crash Team Racing is better?
Absolutely not.
Than Mario Kart?
In your fucking dreams.
I say, yeah. Only the first one though. Like not the sequel, not the remake. If we're thinking only back then,
better than what Mario Kart game?
CTR on the PlayStation 1 is better than obviously Mario Kart 64.
Yes.
Better than even I'd say it's better than the Wii version. It's up there with Double Dash.
Gotta be.
I don't know if it wipes 8 though.
Wope, it's gotta be.
I'll say.
You remember when you came over here, or not even over here, but back at my old house, and we pulled out the PS3, and I plugged up that dusty bitch, and we put in CTR, the original PlayStation 1 game, and we ran through the entire circuit together. And I put you through the ringer. And how good it still was and how it held up.
Listen, the game is good. Yes, the game is good. And Crash Nitro Kart is underrated. I don't know why people hate that game. Also, the remake is fantastic. It's just the microtransactions. Like Adam said, everything about the shop and how you unlock shit is incredibly grindy, and it's not even something that I realized until he said it. Because I have that game on Switch, and I went back and I looked at it, and I was just like, damn, why do I have to buy every character? Like, why can't I just unlock Spyro? And also, the adventure mode is very like convoluted and kind of repetitive. but the gameplay itself, the racing itself is really, really good. Mario Kart 64 is a trash game. And this is like, I don't want to be revisionist history. Mario Kart 64 is a horrible game. So Crash Team Racing will wipe that easily. Double Dash, no. Mario Kart Wii is really good. So I can't stand by that. I cannot stand by that.
Hey,
Mario Kart Wii has done too much.
I'll be the first person to co-sign that. Wii was one of my favorite Mario Karts. But did I have more fun playing that than I did CTR? Nah.
Fair.
CTR for the game that it was back then. So when we think about games, we think of post-game content, we think of like secret characters, we think about stuff like that, right? CTR had all of that. Mario Kart still to this day doesn't. But you know how you get more characters? DLCs, stuff like that, right? Which back then wasn't necessarily a thing. But why don't you just have unlockable characters post-game now? Like, why don't you just do that? Yeah, it comes back to the money thing, but sure. But the fucking fans would appreciate just playing a little bit extra to unlock people instead of just getting everyone at launch and then having to pay money to get new characters and tracks and stuff. You could do that post-game back in fucking 90... When did CTR come out? Like 90 fucking 8 or something?
That sounds right.
Like, if you could do that back then, and Mario Kart still never did that. Super Smash Bros. Did that, where you could unlock fighters and stuff like that.
That's not true.
Did Mario Kart have unlockable characters in-game?
Not until Double Dash.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. But still, CTR, I think, is... It definitely is...
They offered more post-game. There's more content in that game. Again, the first 3 Mario Karts are not good. Let me not size it. No, it's just Mario Kart 64. It's ass. I'm sorry.
Mario Kart, the original Mario Kart on the Nintendo,
Super Nintendo, yeah,
or the Super Nintendo. Did anyone actually play that game, or we just like know what it looked like?
I played it on
I
Switch,
played it,
and I played it.
My next door neighbor, when I was 5 years old, he had a Super Nintendo, and I would go over to his house, and we would play Super Mario Kart, and we would play Super Mario World. All the time.
I had the actual console as a kid. My mom had a NES and a SNES, and it's actually crazy. Like, I'm jealous of my younger self that I had the actual console and cartridge, because like that'd be such a cool novelty item now. Whereas I have no idea where that stuff went to this day. But
well, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, we had the SNES, we had the Dreamcast, we had the 64. A lot of it was your dad's.
Yeah, but
we actually had an original.
For some
Nintendo.
reason, like I had a thing about certain games where I only wanted to play like 1 or 2 games as a kid. Like I remember playing Battlefront 2 exclusively for like 2 years.
I remember that.
So like I probably wish I could go back and play a lot of the older consoles now. But like Mario, the original Mario Kart on SNES was really fun. I remember having good memories with it. And then if you pick it up today on Switch, it's not like, of course it's not gonna like impress you or anything, but it runs well, it plays well. I think for its time, it was fucking awesome.
I think the track for Mario Kart 64 that for some reason I remember most is the one with the giant Yoshi egg. That eventually it got updated, and I don't remember either, but it was like updated and brought back and stuff like that. But that's the one I remember explicitly playing on 64. But anyways, this could have been a love-hate segment. It's not.
I have my point to make.
I was about to say Jamal had some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Rude ass.
I didn't, dude. I fucking left for like a minute. So go ahead.
So I will say this. Now, mind you, I played the first freaking Crash Racing at Chris's old place, and then I played Nitro Fueled. Those are my 2 freaking Crash experiences. I'm familiar with most console Mario Kart like console ones, but the ones I'm going to be comparing with are Double Dash, Wii, I guess, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think Mario Kart, for when it comes out with those games, like with those specific games, they have great map design for those games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Crash has a better sense of competitiveness when you're actually racing.
Yeah,
like it's a lot harder.
Yes, exactly. So if I want to like feel like a great competitive, like a really competitive move, I'll probably choose CTR. like especially if I'm playing on a more consistent basis. If I just want like a nice kart racer that I can pick up at any time, like a good comfort feeling game that's still fun, but I don't have to spend too much time in it, I'm going to choose Mario Kart.
I can
But if
agree with that.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing 200cc is very different.
I think even 200 doesn't compare to CTR speed.
CTR
like,
hard.
yeah, because you
I don't
can
know.
really
I don't know about that.
Hey,
CTR
man,
computers
play,
will
go
smoke
play,
you.
go
All right,
play
all right, all
CTR
right.
hard.
One
Go
person
play
at a time.
CTR hard right now. We'll pay. I guarantee you will
No,
get
the
your
game is
teeth
hard.
kicked in.
No, the difference is the way Crash, like, okay, so I noticed this while I was actually playing Nitro Field, right? The car, like the AI cars literally are just faster than you.
Mhm.
So you have
Especially
to
the
boost
bosses.
constantly. Yeah, but I'm talking
It's
about
so
just
annoying.
regular
It's like
gameplay. And I'm
drift
like,
the
that's not,
game.
yeah, I'm like, that's not fun. That's just, and I don't want to say it's artificially enhancing
here's
difficulty, but like,
they're
it's not
always
like,
boosting.
Yeah, I have a
no,
counter.
it's not that they're always boosting. They have they have like a consistent speed that is higher. Their natural top speed is higher than yours.
Yeah, but from
You can't just play the game.
what I
not
think it
drifting with
does, obviously you have to drift, and because every time you drift, if you press the counter button on the bumpers, then you boost. You boost 3 times. If you keep going, then you spin out. But so you are correct. The AIs do just naturally have like a higher top speed. But what I think happens is it slows down before they start drifting. They don't go top speed into their drift. So it balances it out, but it gives you that extra sense of like, fuck, dude, they're just beating me because they're faster. It's bullshit. Yeah. But it adds the challenge where if you're able to drift, hug the corners correctly, boost correctly, get all the items that you need to, and use those, and then jump off of each, because every hump and like drop, if you jump off of it, you get a little bit extra height and you get a boost when you land. If you're hitting all of that consistently, you're able to catch up, not only catch up, but also win. But they don't really do that. The AIs don't really jump off the ledges. That's a user trick.
See, and that's what kind of pisses me off about it, because like if I wanted to, you have to play very try hard to beat like a quick race. Like if I wanted to do time attack, then that's, those are the strategies that I'm using. Or if I want to still do that in the regular quick race, I would prefer it if all the AI had the same, like, if they all just played the same way. And obviously all kart racers are going to have some form of like rubber banding or some shit to fuck it up. Like Mario Kart's rubber banding is egregious.
It's so crazy.
It's so bad. Which is why I only play, if I'm going to play Mario Kart 8, I'm going to play online. I'm going to play in the 200cc tournaments and just play against real people all the time. That shit's fun. And it's difficult. And like, I feel like it's not unfair. Like, you just have to, obviously Mario Kart is a lot of luck. There's more luck in Mario Kart than there is in CTR. And that goes for items, that goes for track design, just everything. But I feel like the way they scale the difficulty in Crash Team Racing is just so, I don't know.
I think it
It
works
doesn't
really
seem
well.
fair. It works, but
it's fair
fair
to a degree because the stuff that I said. The one thing I did want to point out before we do move on, the track design of CTR. If you have as many games in Mario Kart in a franchise as Mario Kart does, the track design is going to improve over time. But the fact that CTR was the first game in that franchise, and then they had a sequel, and then they had a remake. I don't know if they have a third game. I don't think
there is. It's Crash Tag Team Racing, and it kind of has like it has like a double dash kind of.
They brought all those tracks over and rehauled them to make sure that they had great track design when they remade the game.
I actually never played. I played the second. No.
Nitro Kart. It's Team, Nitro Kart, and Tag Team.
Yes.
Crash Team Racing, right? So Tag Team, I never played. I don't remember much coming from that game, but we're still talking about CTR here. So CTR, the track design is so fucking just like exquisite for the first game. It's not so rudimentary. Where even in Mario Kart 64, which came out in the same decade, give it a couple years before, but the track design in Mario Kart 64 was so just like there are some shortcuts. But a lot of times it's like, all right, you kind of just have to.
It's very basic. Yeah.
It's very basic. The track design in CTR, people are still trying to figure out how to get the correct shortcuts on maps or on tracks in that game.
And they
this
looked
day.
better too.
And it looks so good. And the environment, like the environmental hazards, like the fucking giant barrels in the sewer level, and the flowers on Papu.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. On his, like, the track designs were just fucking fantastic, dude. The boss battles, I will say, were definitely bullshit because they just keep on tossing fucking items. But like that was kind of the fun of it, right? You'd have to avoid those and still do your tricks and boost and take the shortcuts and stuff. And when you beat it, it was so satisfying. It was like fucking. It was a FromSoft racing game at that point. That's how fucking frustrating those boss battles were.
And they still are. They're still frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
But nonetheless, I fucking love CTR to the death of me. Nitro Fueled, the remake was pretty good, but I was really sad to see what they did with that. But nonetheless, I still take CTR over pretty much every Mario Kart game. That's just my opinion.
Personally, I would agree, but since I don't, like, I'm just going to play Mario Kart since I know it so well. Now, mind you, if I probably play more CTR games, it might have changed, but...
Can we play Mario Kart, please?
Can we play Crash Team Racing? Can we play Kart Riders tonight?
Yes.
So I wanted to bring up a bunch of like any random game that you guys have ever owned that you're pretty sure like no one that you know has ever played. Like a game that you swear just kind of fell out of the sky and you just so happened to buy it, or your parents bought it for you or whatever. And you never really see anyone talk about it. Jamal?
So one game I liked a lot, especially when I picked up, because such like a random thing for me. I think I found like in the game store, I just wanted to try it out, was Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And I love that game. So it's a platformer, just kind of like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter, blah, blah. And he has like a boomerang. Just so simple, but those boomerangs can have like different abilities. Like you can freeze things, you can throw multiple boomerangs. It was like kind of like a whip boomerang. It was great. And then you get to a point where you have like dual wielding boomerangs.
Is that a GameCube game?
Yes. And there's like three. There's like 1, 2, and 3. And I think I actually first saw it when an old friend of mine, Damien, was playing it. And I just fell in love with the game because it was just so fun. It was simple, but it was a great platformer. And that was a time where, I'm playing like Mario Galaxy, like Legends of the Twilight Princess, just a whole bunch of different like adventures type of games. So I think that was my scary game because I hardly see anybody talk about it. I'm the only other person that I know that has it or that's familiar with it.
You're actually the only person that like I remember seeing the case of that game in your old room, and I was like, damn, I've always wanted to play that because it reminded me of all the mascot character driven games that they had at the time, like Tak and the Power of Juju, the Jack and Daxters, the Sly Coopers, like that era of shit.
Yes.
Ty is one of those ones I always wanted to play.
I have a list of games, actually.
Jesus.
Oh, a list, dang.
Well, some of these are going to be Dreamcast games because, a lot of people didn't even really own Dreamcasts, and those that did, they just played like NFL Blitz and
Crazy
Taxi, Time Splitters, stuff like that. But did you guys ever play or at least heard of the game Toy Commander?
It sounds familiar. I feel like that's kind of like, did they have a movie about that or something? No, okay, this is something different, I think.
So you play as like toy like cars and like planes and helicopters, and you're shooting shit in like like a household environment, and it was electric. Like it got like 4.5 out of 5s. Like I played that game a lot. It was fucking great. Another game that I played that was also on Dreamcast, I believe it was also on PlayStation, I think. Have you guys ever played Fur Fighters?
The hell is that? So
it's kind of like you play as like teddy bears and shit like that, but it's like Conqueror. There's like a dog and stuff like that. That was a very obscure game that I played. There was also one on PlayStation 2 called Crimson Tears. It was kind of I can't remember if it was a side-scrolling beat 'em up or like a third-person beat 'em up, but it was something along those lines. Not a very good game, but the art design was pretty good. And then the last one, some people actually know about this game, Radiata Stories. Have you guys ever heard of that game?
It's called what?
Radiata Stories.
No.
It was made by Square Enix. It is on the PlayStation 2. I wish that game was getting remade or had a remaster or something like that. It had so much charm to it, and every time you get in a battle, you go into like a circle arena, and you run around, use your attacks, use your weapons, and they also had characters from the Valkyrie series in that game, and it was like canon. There's also a boss fight where you're fighting against literally a paper mache dragon, and it's one of the hardest boss fights that I've ever done in a video game. The only other person that I know has played it is Colin, who, by the way, shout out to Diamond Donuts on Instagram. And if you live in Colorado, make sure. Or actually, no, he'll send it out wherever. But he lives in Colorado right now, so shout out one of my best friends. We all know him. His brother works at Bethesda on the Elder Scrolls Online game. So both really awesome guys. Grew up with them. So make sure you guys go check out Diamond Donuts if you want a Sierra Leonean treat. It's delicious. I've had them before. So shout out Colin.
What's it called? So I told you guys about how when I was 8 and my brother was stationed in Korea, he bought me my PlayStation 2, and he would send me just a bunch of bootleg games, and like just like because it had like the chip, so it could just play games that were printed on CDs. One of the games that he sent me was this. Have any of you ever heard of it?
Stitch?
Yes, it's literally a Stitch game.
Is it a shooter?
It's a third-person platformer with shooting mechanics. The problem was that I played this game before he had gotten me a memory card, so I had only played like the first level like 50 times. I never got anywhere in it, but it was pretty fun at the time. I did look at the reviews recently, and I found out that it apparently fucking sucks. But I had a lot of fun playing it, and I thought it was great for the time. I had a bunch of other like random. Oh, have any of you guys ever played Blur on the Xbox 360?
Blur. I know I've heard of the game. Remind me what it is though.
So it's also kind of a kart racer, but they use like real cars. But they also have they have like weapons. It's oh my god, me, Alvaro, and Oki played the out of that game. It's so good. It's so good, but they delisted it from the Xbox store. So the only way you're gonna find it is if you find a physical copy. Like I got it out the random one day.
Very neon heavy, that game.
Yes, amazing game though. It was so much fun. And online was really it was really hard. I mean, there's only like 12 people online by the time I got it, but that game was the shit.
My obscure game that I think of from my childhood is it's a original Xbox game, but I'm pretty sure it's also on PC somewhere. It's called Tron 2.0 Killer App. It's based on the Tron films, but it's like an actual first person shooter that takes place in the Tron universe. So like, you know how they have discs and like the Tron cycles, all of that is done in the game, but like in first person. And they had like PvP and stuff. So they had like basically a Halo that was taking place in the Tron universe. They had like a bunch of weapons, a bunch of different discs you could use, different guns, and then you could actually get on your Tron bike mid-match and like ride around to the next person and run them over, or like shoot from your car, stuff like that. But there was also a story inside of that game that connected to the original Tron movie, which was really cool. So if like you were really into it, and I didn't know shit about Tron before I got this game, this is how I got into Tron. And it's so immersive of a game. Like it's actually a shame that it's as obscure as it is. Like a lot of people don't know about it, but for its time, I think it's right up there with like Halo for me in terms of gameplay and campaigns. Like it's really good.
Christopher?
Are you finally off of your PlayStation?
I was scrolling through to make sure that I was
Are you sure about that?
I was scrolling through to make sure that I didn't forget anything that I wanted to talk about. So I have 3 games for you guys today.
On the PS5, interesting.
No, one of them's on the PS5. Sure. So, number 1. Do you guys know of a game called Toy Pop?
Nope.
No.
Sounds like a mobile game.
You guys got to stop asking if we know.
Well, I mean, this kind of it helps. If no one knows it, then good.
It is a Namco game. It was in the original Namco Museum Volume 1 1995 PlayStation game. It was bundled in with a bunch of like Pac-Man, Galaga, it was bundled in with all those games, right?
All that old shit. Yeah.
Like I said, 1995. Me and my little sister discovered this game and we started playing it together. And we were like, oh shit, this is like it's like a multi-directional shooter, and it can be played single player or 2-player, and it's really, really, really fun. And we got all the way to the last level, beat the witch who's at the last level. It took us like years to do this though, like because the game is very cutthroat because it's old. So like, but great time, right? My second obscure game is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Have you guys heard of or played this game?
Nope. Tell us.
What system?
This is a PS2 game. It's also now been ported to current consoles, so you guys can play this one. This one's actually pretty damn good. It's a game where it was like one of my first like open world-ish games where I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, how do they have all of this in the game? Lots of puzzles in the game, good combat. It was just an overall really, really good game. You're going back and forth playing as a character who has no combat abilities and a character who has all the combat abilities. It's like a 70-30 split. With the combat being the heavier side. So again, pretty good game. THQ game. Before it was THQ Nordic for you young boys out there. Lastly, but not leastly, Gravity Rush is my last game. I'm sure you guys all know of this game, but it was a PS Vita game at first and foremost, and it is a superhero game where it is about a girl named Kat who is gaining her footing as a superhero, and like she's really, really bad at first because her powers are all like gravity based, so she's kind of just fumbling around and shit, and it's really fun, it's really cool, and very, very Japanese. So yeah.
Japanese as fuck. Have you guys ever played Namco Museum?
Yes.
So the one that we had on the first PlayStation was this one.
Yes, that's what I was talking about, Adam. That's where Toy Pop comes from.
I have
Okay.
that.
What a wild experience that game was, because like in 3D you would walk around literally a museum where all the games are like put up as their installments. And you could like click it and you play it. It's like Galaga and Pac-Man, obviously.
Was that on PlayStation 1?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I played the shit out of that.
Yeah, I think you played it at our house when you were younger.
Speaking of Pac-Man, have any of you guys ever played the Pac-Man World Series?
Yes. That's
Fuck
another
yeah,
game that I was
come on,
thinking
bro.
of.
We've had this exact talk. I told
Did
you all
we
the hype.
about Pac-Man World 2?
We've talked about it.
Yeah, I was hyped.
No, they remade the original. I need them to remake Pac-Man World 2. That was
Ooh, I
another
gotta
one of
play
those
that.
games that was sent to me. That shit was so much fun.
Where can I get the Pac-Man World remake?
It's on Switch. It's on everything.
Oh, it's on Xbox?
Pretty sure. There's no reason it shouldn't be.
Okay.
World 2 is the better game.
But still, the Pac-Man World was... I have fond memories playing through like the first 2 levels specifically, because I don't know if I could ever get past the fucking second one.
I remember playing the fuck out of that game, man.
Played the shit out of that.
Yeah. Did you guys
also
ever play...
with no memory card.
Right,
man.
right.
No, man, I was running through that shit.
Did you guys
it
ever
was
play...
original Xbox for me. I didn't need a memory card.
Did you guys ever play...
Must be nice.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play Mega Man Legends 1 and 2?
You know, I've never played a Mega Man game.
I played... Oh, do you remember the Mega Man... God, what is it called? Jack In or something like
Mega
that?
Man, fucking the one where like you're a human, but then you plug in and
you turn into Mega Man in the
Battle Network?
metaverse.
Battle Network. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man,
that's
That
a good
game is like it holds a special place in my heart,
It
bro.
was a
Like
show too, wasn't it? On 4Kids.
yeah.
Yes. It
probably,
was.
but like who gives a fuck? The game was
Oh, you must have been 3. That's why.
the game
Got it.
was so good. Like
The first one was amazing, and then they came out with like 7 more, and it's like, okay,
Didn't they do like a split version,
Yes, they
like a
did.
red
Like,
and blue, gold, silver
Mm,
kind of thing?
oh yeah,
well, I just remember
was
the game
handheld.
being it reminded me a lot of like Earthbound, where like the town that you would walk around in had so much character.
yeah.
I was
You could
gonna
talk
compare it to
everyone.
Pokemon, but let's be real. Every Pokemon NPC has like one word
Yeah,
to say.
One line of
These
dialogue.
guys had these characters in this game had so much in it. They kind of were supposed to. They had so much personality outside of like the actual game in-game combat world. And I think that was intentional because the outside world was just a normal place. It wasn't like supposed to be intense or anything. So they had to make the characters super interesting. But like the in-game gameplay, like the strategy gameplay of like, because it was like 8 rows and you had to like place your Mega Man characters on the right row and then
Mhm.
use the right ability. It was fun, man.
it was really fun. Did you guys ever play Mega Man Zero?
yes, I love Mega Man Zero. Mega Man
think
Zero,
so.
such good games. Mega
Oh
Man
my
Zero,
God.
like ZX.
I
ZX
only
Advent.
the first one I played, or the only one I actually played was the first game, and I remember playing it on the fucking Game Boy SP, and my friend who lived down the street accidentally deleted my save file where I was like 3/4 through the
Ooh.
game.
Oh no!
I almost stopped being his friend, but I was like, no, it's okay. I
I
don't.
hope I still
I
have
don't
it.
That was
need
the thing about those fucking Game Boy games, though, man. Like they had one save file, and if anyone started a new one, it was gone.
Yeah.
Curtains.
I let him borrow it for 30 minutes and he destroyed my entire life when I was like 10. It was
Nice.
crazy. All right. Well, we honestly, this is a conversation that like we can just have a whole episode on. Just, did you guys play this? Do you remember this? But we gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
So,
That was a good segment.
Jamal, we have some very exciting news. And anyone who follows us, you'll be also very excited to know that
We are now affiliates on Twitch.
Let's go!
We made our benchmark today, and we can actually start earning money on Twitch, and it's about to be great. Oh my God. Shout out to Adam for the consistency. Shout out to everybody that at least, either tune in on the streams. Shout out to all the players that tune in. Shout out to all like the new fans that, start following us. Now we can start building up to deliver even more better quality content. And it's about to be a great ride.
a certain group of people that I would really like to shout out. I want to definitely show my appreciation for, and I will see you guys in a couple days. By the time that the episode comes out, you have already seen me. But the players at the school that I coach at, I very much appreciate you guys. Just tuning in. They're on our Discord. We have a Discord. And if you guys want the link to that, it's in everything, all the socials, whether you follow us on it, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the above. Chris will get to that in just a minute, but really, really appreciative of even the people that just find us, outside of the, in-person connections. If you guys find us on Twitter and you follow the show, if you guys find us on Spotify and you follow the show, if you guys find us on YouTube and you follow the show, we really appreciate it. But I definitely want to give a shout out to the guys that I coach, that me and Chris coach. It's awesome to have you guys along for the ride. Thank you nonetheless. We are affiliates of Twitch officially. Still plenty of growth.
Chasers. Let's go.
Yeah. There's still plenty of growth to be made. We hope that you guys stick along for the ride. And with that being said, Chris, go ahead and close out the show, buddy.
So, as Adam said, I would like to first say, from the bottom of our heart here at PixelHate, we like to thank all of the fans. Thank you very much. If you made it to this point in the show, you clearly love us and you clearly are showing your love and support by getting here. So, we wanted to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. With that being said, please follow us. Please, for the love of God, we're affiliates now. Follow us over there at Twitch. First, the link is pixelate with an underscore at the end. If you would like to find any of our other links, it is in our link tree. The link tree is linked below in all the information on every podcast. If you're listening to the 1st or the 10th, it is there. Also, please follow Mikey OQ. He's a cool dude. He does Twitch things too, and lots of YouTube. So please go over there and follow him. With all that being said, we love you. Subscribe. Shout out to all the players at Rockville. Shout out to everyone listening and subscribing around the world, because that map is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we see you out there in Finland. We see you out there in Turkey. We see you. We see you guys.
We see you, Putin. We know you're listening.
So with all that being said, again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and have a great week. I hope everybody's having a great week.
It's time to get off the game.
Logging off.
off.
See ya.